All right. Oh, welcome. We're back with more Tainted Grail. Did a little bit of side content before stream, but we should be pretty much on only main story stuff for the next little bit. I think we're level 20 or about to be level 20, even though like leveling in this game is a little strange because you can't like over level, so there's no point in like grinding. You kind of just like play as you go. Where are we at with quests? So we're working on the shadow stuff. We sided with the keepers and the tribe, and now we were told to go to Seawall's crypt to kind of see more of, I guess, what has been the issue with the old captain. And then hopefully that leads us to Excalibur, maybe. What to do? All right, also doing work stuff right now.
What are you talking about? You found someone alive in there?
Yeah, we found kind of like an undead dude.
Wait, Rumpold? The one who disappeared centuries ago? The chef obsessed with herring and cheese? All that effort, all that money, and it's Rumpold. Oh my God, I'm crying. But, well, a deal's a deal. Here's your cut. Honestly, I thought it was about the lost treasures of the Dauriata, maybe an army of undead berserkers, something that would end the world.
I was a weird
You
cook.
have no idea how scared I was of this job. And now you're telling me it was undead Rumpold. All right, I'm feeling better now. Do you need anything else from me?
What's next?
If only. I can't get in touch with Brandon. And it seems that he gave the order to keep me here. Precisely here. Right in this damned spot. And I'm afraid, if I stay here any longer, some of those geezers might actually drop dead. Don't get me wrong, I quite like this place. The air is crisp, the sea is calming. It's true, the company could be better, but I wouldn't mind living here one day.
Why don't you settle?
Only a keeper is allowed to own property in the Horns of the South. I looked it up. It's an actual law, not just something Brandon made up so I'd stop breathing down his neck. So unless I grow a pecker overnight, it'll never happen.
What?
I used to love it when I was younger. It felt like an adventure. Like I was a brave heroine venturing into the dangerous world. But it gets boring after a decade or two. Eventually, you start feeling like you haven't had time to sit down since the moment you left. The dangers of the road stop becoming exciting. They become real. And before you know it, your entire life has slipped through your fingers. Life goes by so fast when you're always on the move. You keep thinking you have time for everything. Until you don't.
Cool. Now for you. All right. So bandits, bandit leaders. Celia's dead.
Celia has finally been shut up for good. She earned that moniker because she liked to silence travelers by slitting their throats. Well, I hope she met the same fate. I wonder what it sounds like when a blade pierces the trachea. Anyway,
You are
the
so
reward is
creepy.
yours. Do you keep bandits' fingers as trophies?
And then the ogre.
I can't believe you actually did it. A blade buried in that giant body. I can only imagine what a sight that was. Here, take your reward. And please accept Camelot's official gratitude. You've truly done a great service for the
I
capital.
may or may not have killed the Knight of the Round Table.
Go chop off some heads.
Okay. Where's that guy at? Oh, he's all the way up there. All right. Last little thing we got to do. Let's drop off inventory. We got to do a bonfire, talk to Arthur, do some level ups. All right. But yeah, I killed some weird, like, crazy fish captain thing. Well, wait. There we go. This is better overall. I might... I don't know. We'll consider that one. I haven't even looked at any jewelry stuff. Like whatsoever. Put all this shit away. Do I have any junk? Unidentified. That. Cool. Chop some wood. If we have 50 wood, we'll go do the quick side quest to prepare the village. And then we'll get on with it. I don't think that's 50. Also found there's like a slide, kind of. Not really. All right, that's 18 plus 26. No, it's not enough. Almost. Okay. Go turn in lenses, turn in voyage, level up, and then we'll be good. Hey, shitheel.
No, and I'm reluctant to admit that I'm unable to help with this matter. Cole's symptoms are unlike anything I've ever seen. I'm certain it's not one of the usual maladies carried by wild animals. As for the bite on Mahon, although it was a nasty wound at first, it healed very quickly. On Cole, it's barely visible. What do you think? Do I look like a mystic to you? A shaman? A village witch? I don't think so. Otherwise, I'd have a lot more to worry about. If you're looking for answers about
Yo, what up,
things
bro?
like this, you should consult the literature on the subject. Though, I can't say I'd recommend it. Yes? How did it go? Bastards. If this is how they behaved when they were all still alive, it makes more and more sense that people got fed up with them. But I don't get it, you know? Think about it. You have all this knowledge. You're practically a god among men, and yet you treat them like this. Why wouldn't
Been
you
playing
let
some
the
Void
chosen
Wars?
few
Oh
in on the
yeah,
secret?
that's that like
Why wouldn't
40k
you share the mystery with us?
FTL game.
Or even just
I saw
let them
that.
observe? How are we supposed to figure these things out for ourselves? It would have been beneficial
It looked
for all
cool.
of us if their writings, their rituals, and their deeds weren't written in code.
I was never like the
If
biggest
they were easier
FTL
to
like fan.
understand. Mistletoe? Really? They gave you mistletoe? Useless junk. And a parasite.
But I like the
Really
theme
nice
of that
way
game.
Proving their point that we're unworthy of their knowledge. What? Changed? Changed how? Is it bad? Oh no. No. This is not good. Shit. We already have the undead, the weirdness, and the Del Rita to worry about. We don't need yet another problem on our hands. Besides, it's a known druidic site. What if news of something happening there reaches the Red Priests? They are ruthless in pursuing.
I wasn't when
any
FTL dropped, but I think I
remaining
get it
druids.
now. Yeah.
If they find out about my interests, I'll be done for. Look, it's a small keep. People here know everything about each other.
Yeah, I had a
And
friend
I
that was
tend
like
to
obsessed with
babble
FTL.
when I'm drunk. I don't even know. Maybe I told somebody about my peculiar interests. Maybe not. But even one person knowing this about me would be one person too many. We don't do anything because I still can't leave the keep. You need to find a druid and make him reverse this somehow. Two, actually, but they're nothing more than that. Ideas. Maybe the other keepers have seen something. Dan's been patrolling the walls lately, and he's got sharp eyes. Though I doubt any druid would be foolish enough to hide this close to Camelot's biggest foothold to the south. Whatever you decide, good luck. Please let me know when it's done. Otherwise, I won't be able to focus. I just hope nobody gets seriously ill right now.
Okay. Now, next is Last Voyage. Turn that in. I also don't know how the game like handles main story stuff, if if it like pushes you to a new area and you can't come back. We'll have to see how it handles that. I'm kind of over all the side content stuff. Kind of just want to do main story. You want to know? No, not really. We're about to be there soon, so.
Unbelievable. The book clearly described a figure like a Minhead. Oh, no. I never thought it could be actual Fordweller. Probably one of the lost. Elvis never described him as a living, intelligent creature. More like a piece of furniture. So many years after the war, and the keepers treated him so callously. And there was so much we could have learned from him. Well, that doesn't change the fact that I was terribly wrong. I'd convinced myself that I would find what I was looking for on the Andraste. Oh, what a silly old goose I've turned out to be. Here, take these coins as a token of my gratitude.
I got you, bro. Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
Invaluable.
I've always
You are
never
right,
minded
child.
backseating as long as it doesn't become like
Maybe you'll
spoilers.
find a way to beat the weirdness.
Especially if like I'm struggling with something or annoyed with something like in the game, or if I'm gonna miss something like super critical, you know. Alrighty. Well, that's next. Right? Yeah. Okay. So I can, what, I guess fast travel? Let's do this first. Talk to Arthur.
That's a question better suited for Merlin if he was still around. I always thought it was where his druids got drunk and danced naked in the moonlight. He was terribly offended when I said that. Gave me an entire lecture about the delicate balance of life and death, how they are intertwined within nature. That, he claimed, was what the Cromlechs were meant to be. The heart of their power. A place where it could be harnessed and cultivated. Still, he never invited me to any of their celebrations. He always did hate when I was right. How could I? It took place after my death, and I was not summoned back when it happened. Yet I believe they did what had to be done. If the Four-Dweller was a threat, one that could neither be questioned nor studied, then he had to die. You do not understand how dreadful these creatures are. Even with the weirdness weakened, they remain formidable foes. We cannot fault these people for defending themselves.
Level up. I was raising perception because I got some pretty cool armor for it. I'm trying to max out this tree. Cool. Fuel you up. I have no items to identify. And then we are gonna fast travel up to here. Oh, hi. Ah. Ow. Dick. Got a twofer. Through the window. Nice. Motherfuck. Ancient scale? Here's an armor. Oh, I should probably look at like my actual. I haven't looked at my rings in ages. Couple of golden rings. Max stamina, movement speed. You have a bow that hurts you when you attack but causes massive bleed. That's cool. Yeah, I haven't been like overly impressed with the gearing system. Like I thought crafting would be like a bigger part of like equipment, but didn't seem like it other than just like upgrading. Yeah, it's kind of just like upgrading stuff and adding like artifacts. I was hoping there'd be like being able to like break down stuff and disenchant things and re-enchant stuff, you know? Yeah, I guess that's true, bro. You can just kind of like keep, if you just have like a set of gear that you enjoy, you just keep it with you. But it does seem kind of stripped down, like some stripped down crafting mechanics, in which case it's like, well, why do you have them? You know? Oh yeah, I get that too. Nice just having something that's just simple and it's there. Okay. Hmm.
I know this place. I remember it, although my memory is still clouded.
One second.
I was here with Merlin. We had a disagreement about something important. It was here that the idea of how to end the war with the Four Dwellers first took shape. But what happened next is still unclear. I don't remember. And yet, I know it had something to do with Seawall, a place of his eternal rest. But something is wrong. It doesn't feel like a tomb. Be cautious.
Yeah, there's 3 undead people behind me. We're like, it's fine. Can I open this? Oh shit, I can. Oh yeah, you guys have fun. There was something else over here. Like, what was this? Ah. What is Summon Keeper? Summons a keeper to fight by your side. Okay. Wonder how good like summoning is. Ooh, Spiral Staircase of Doom. What? Odd people?
You are not him. You are different. I am Seawolf Firstfoot, the one who scouted the land before the traitor Arthur set foot on it. Yes, it is my legacy. The jewel of the South, the safe haven of honorable men. I've been here for so long, it doesn't matter anymore. The Dalriata promised me revenge. They understand what happened here. Everyone who comes here has the right to ask. I was the most loyal of Arthur's men. I was the first to go ashore and take on any danger that might arise in this new and unfamiliar land. Then came the war. I fought by his side, shielded him with my own body. I trusted him. But Arthur wanted more. Arthur longed to possess a power equal to that of our enemies. So Merlin decided our king must first become immortal. Only then could he achieve greatness. But Merlin needed volunteers. Trusted people to go first to make sure that his methods were effective. So we wouldn't risk Arthur's life in trying to grant him immortality. They thought I had died, so they buried me. Arthur's greed and Merlin's obsession made me what I am now. Arthur should have made sure. They thought I was dead, but I heard everything. I know there were others after me. I know that the king didn't hesitate to do anything to achieve his goal. He experimented on all the knights, abusing their oath. He told them it was for the greater good. Their lives.
What game is Tales of Iron, bro? I don't think I've heard of that one.
Meant nothing to him. Arthur doomed his people to eternal suffering. Their names forgotten. Their loyalty abused. He sacrificed the lives of the noblest of men. And this is the greatest possible betrayal.
Side-scrolling Souls like about rats fighting frogs. That sounds awesome.
We cannot be helped. We cannot be killed. The Dalriata promised to burn down Camelot. Avenge the memory of all my brothers. Camelot was built on betrayal. People have the right to live in truth. When Camelot falls, we will finally be free. Build a new world. Let the dead leave this one.
Okay. Can I build a bonfire right here? No.
Kill.
Can I? Nope. Oh. Arthur's Testament. Will prove himself to be the highest loyalty in the hordes of the Camelot. It was my will that Excalibur guard by keepers of the South after my death. Times of stress should be drawn, but only by one who proves themselves worthy, like Thor. Okay. Oh, what's this one? Barely legible ancient scroll. Then I go to. Okay. More sounds like Merlin was the asshole. Oh, hi.
And? What do you think? So, look at it this way. Seawall, the founder of the famous stronghold in the south, Archer's legendary aide and his trusted friend, in reality, meant nothing to him. I feel bad for him when I think about it, you know? 600 years spent in a tomb, fully aware. Huh?
Merlin was
Why
a
does it
Sith
matter?
Lord. Changed my mind.
Perhaps it doesn't matter to you or me, but there are people who will be shattered by it. It'll open their eyes and disprove everything they believed in until now. I couldn't come up with it if I tried. And I didn't even have to try, because it's all true. To some extent, at least. Well, maybe not. But who cares what actually happened? Huh? At first glance, it's proof enough of how corrupt Camelot is. How Arthur used his most loyal friend, the founder of the Horns of the South, for his own gain. How he doomed him to eternal suffering. Who cares if it's true? Can't you see how powerful this message is? Even if it's just a fable, is it a different fable than the one we've already been told? Huh? It's definitely more powerful than all the hogwash we've been fed all these years. Well, now we've found ourselves in what I'd probably call a clusterfuck. And somehow, you unwittingly became the most important person in the region because your decision will change how the entire situation unfolds. You see, my boys from the Horns of the South are split down the middle. Some will back me, but others won't understand what I'm trying to do. The latter, like Feargas, are the traditionalists, and they know me a little bit too well. If I come to them with this revelation, they think it were a conspiracy. But if somebody from the outside, somebody Feargas trusts, steps in and convinces him, you see where I'm going with this?
I still am kind of confused, but sure, I'll help you.
That's what I wanted to hear. I knew I could count on you. Go talk to Feargas, get him to visit this place. After you're done, please visit me in the shrine. I just hope Feargas shows some sense and doesn't let his pride take over.
Now can I set a bonfire? Yeah. All right. Can you help me here, bud?
It was the most painful thing I heard. I didn't know. I had no idea this is what happened to him. There were other things that required my attention. We were losing the war. I was needed everywhere. I should have paid more attention to what Merlin was doing. I shouldn't have let go.
Yeah, I'll have to give it a look, bro. We were talking about last night on stream. There's way too many games to play right now. Like, it's kind of wild. Like I still haven't purchased oh. What happened to you, bud? I still haven't purchased like Dune Awakening. There's a new Rune Factory out that I want to play. I need to pick up Stellar Blade, even though I own it already for PS5, but whatever. Hey, bud.
Oh, really? And here I thought the Horns of the South had no secrets left to hide from me. But go ahead. Surprise me. Have I ever mentioned I'm not a big fan of your sense of humor? Now, tell me what you really want, or walk away. In silence, preferably. This isn't funny. I'm no Galahad, burning people at the stake for heresy, but I don't appreciate this kind of behavior either. Still, judging by the look on your face, you actually believe you've stumbled onto something important. All right then, I'll go and check it out. See what's got you so worked up. It might even be nice to get out of here for a change.
Yeah, that's true, bro.
I saw what you wanted me to see.
There's a bunch of like
We
big
need to
story
talk.
games I don't want to give my full attention
Honestly.
to.
I'm not sure what to think. Everything I believed has been seriously challenged. I need some time to get used to it. Why did you show this to me? Because it could be that I'd be better off not knowing. What they did to Seawall is unthinkable and absolutely unforgivable. What will the other keepers say? What will happen to the Horns of the South? And what about Camelot? Everything we believed was a
Alcat's
lie.
making an Expanse game? I must have missed that.
You're right. In the end, it doesn't matter what Camelot was back then. What matters is what we are now. And we did everything in our power to keep the South safe. And to keep our lighthouse on through
My
every
brain's gonna
storm.
pop.
But this will be the end of the Horns of the South. No young man will join our ranks when hundreds of years of our history are gurgling down the drain. Any ideas?
Ooh. Yeah, this one was good.
It sounds better than the alternative. That we're a bunch of fools believing in children's fables of nightly.
Is it on? If
blood,
it's on Steam, I'll look it
valor,
up.
and purity. And we'll have to give everyone some hope to cling to after the truth about Seawall comes out. All right. I assume Brandon put you up to this, so you can go and congratulate him. He won. I'll support this case, if only for the safety and well-being of our boys. I don't have to like it one bit, but I can try to make it easier for the garrison.
All right, hold on. So it's on Steam? What's it called? Is it just Expanse? Is it this? Yeah, Alcat. Ooh. That's by Alcat? Really?
Oh yeah, with our hammer.
Down this part of the facility.
And you load.
Thanks.
Interesting. I'm down. It's by Alcat though, so you're gonna have to wait like 6 months after it releases for it to be like completable. You know? All right, we gotta go back to. Let's see. Is this one I can? Yeah, we'll do that one. Failed. What? Oh, that was a weird trial. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Can I fast travel? Ooh.
You're back. Eager to get to work. There's a boy, name of Abram. He fell in with the children a while back. I want you to personally see if he fits in with our lovely flock. If you decide that he doesn't, well, make sure he vanishes. For good. You understand? Perfect. Fly off and have a chat with our young friend. Not at the moment, but we're not sure if the boy will crack under pressure. Or worse. Let's just say, he's given us a few reasons to wonder if we rushed into accepting him. Because we can't afford weakness or uncertainty in our ranks. And by that point, he'll know too much. But he's
What is this deer doing?
He knew exactly what he was getting into. When you're done, either ask him or search what's left of him. Unfortunately, he knows about our next meeting spot.
Well.
Nothing ever happens.
Gotta go talk with the captain. I think. Yeah. Did you get a sword from the lake you were just at? No, I didn't. There's a sword in the lake?
Ah, you're back. So, what news do you bring? Did you talk to Feargas? Good. Just as I expected. I do feel for the boy. He really loved Camelot. Probably the last
On a rock in the middle. All right, I'll have to go check it.
But he had to know the truth. I knew his honor wouldn't let him hide it from the others in the Orns. Nicely done. Now, I'll get One Eye, and together we'll go to the Orns with the good news. Not everybody will be happy about it, but that's for me to deal with. Those who don't support us will be released from their oath, and I'll ensure they're safe until they leave the south. After that, whatever they choose to do is up to them.
Was it gonna just teleport me? Okay. Well, that's a cool location.
Brothers, today marks a new chapter in the history of the Horn to the south. Today, we put an end to fear and poverty. I understand your pain. I know you feel helpless in the face of the looming terror of the weirdness. Camelot has abandoned us, brothers. For years, they've given us no aid. All they do is take our resources, send us to senseless slaughter, and keep us in the dark. Camelot doesn't see us as equals. They've forgotten Seawall Firstfoot's legacy and the promise King Arthur made to us. We were meant to stand as equals. We were meant to be just as powerful as them. And all this time, do you know what they've done to the founder of the Horns of the South? For over 600 years, Seawall has been alive. forgotten by King Arthur and all of Camelot. You don't have to take my word for it. Seawall's tomb is open. Go and see for yourselves. I say, enough. Enough of being fed a rotten myth that turned out to be one great lie. We swore loyalty to the torturers of one of the noblest knights to ever walk Avalon. I say, enough. We will no longer honor an oath made to dishonorable people. We won't let ourselves be exploited any longer. But, my brothers, I bring news. Galahad the Pure, the same Galahad who threatened to burn half our garrison at the stake, is dead. Galahad's death is our chance to break free from Camelot. Enough lies. No more risking everything for those who only know how to take. You're probably wondering, how can we protect the South on our own? How can we defend ourselves when Camelot comes to reclaim their slaves? Yes, that's what we are to them. I know the lockdown of the fortress surprised you, and for that, I truly apologize, but it was necessary to keep you from attacking our new allies, the Del Rita tribes, led by One Eye.
I know, my brothers, I know. This must be a shock, especially since I did not share my plans with you earlier. But hear me out. Thanks to this alliance between the Orns of the South and the Dalry,
This guy's probably
tribes,
pissed.
we are securing the safety of the South and our independence from Camelot.
The tribes will provide us with the military support our depleted ranks desperately need. The tribes will help us rid the South of the bandits who've plagued our people for years. Together, we'll share knowledge and resources to ensure a better future for all Southerners.
We will not drain your resources. In fact, we'll replenish your armories and fill your pantries. We'll stand together, fighting side by side to bring peace and order back to the South. In return, all we ask is your loyalty. If you see a brother from the Dalriada fight in the Camelotian, stand with our brother. That's all.
Of course, if anyone isn't in favor of this alliance, you have the right to leave the service. I declare a new era for the Horns of the South. Those who don't wish to help build this future are released from their oaths. To those who choose to stay, I promise a good life, and you won't face any more threats. Now, brothers, return to your duties and rest easy. The Horns of the South will endure, and soon we'll be stronger than ever before.
Cool. I can touch the sword now? Oh, not yet. Where are you, you bastard? Oh, shit. I'm fine. Wordstone. Why you got that? What else is in here? Cool. Got a lot of books.
An honest matter. What do you need?
We talked to the crow people. The lake has a sword on the rock in the middle of the water. Okay, yeah, we'll go check it.
Ah, right. See, the problem with Excalibur, or indeed any of King Arthur's blades, is that you need to prove you're worthy of wielding it. How are you supposed to do that? Hell knows. But if the pin that secured your entry to the Horns has led you here, I think I know what the one who gave it to you might have been thinking. You see, there are many different legends. According to one of them, there are a few places on Avalon where you can prove yourself worthy, whatever that means. And one of those places, as you can probably guess, is nearby. Have you seen the old gong in the sunken village? Well, many years ago, when people still went to the woods for a shit instead of using a privy, it was part of a certain ritual. Only the people who passed the ritual could become keepers. Eh? None of the living keepers were recruited that way, so we don't really know what happens during the ritual. That's why Galahad now appoints keepers and the captain chooses them. It's just safer that way. I only know that you need to sound the gong and then lie down to sleep at its base. If you wake up, I mean, when you wake up again,
when you wake up,
you'll know you've been deemed worthy. Unfortunately, the gong is broken, so first you'll need to find a way to fix it. And since it's made of weird steel, that's not going to be easy, is it? Fortunately, Oshbrit should be able to help you. A little bird told me he likes to play with weird steel when nobody's looking. Just tell him I sent you, and he won't give you any trouble. Well, I'm not going to lie. From what I've heard, many people never woke up. They fell into eternal slumber, so that's why we abandoned the tradition. And those who woke up were changed, and none of them ever wanted to say exactly what happened there. Then you'll have to find someone smarter than me, because I already told you everything I know.
Okay.
Well, of course they tried. It turns out that the keepers who passed the ritual could hold it longer than anyone else. Maybe it'll be enough for what you need, and maybe something entirely different will
That's a
happen.
different voice actor.
It's your risk and your decision. Go, and may the southern wind be in your favor. If you need anything from the old captain, you know where to find me.
Thanks, bud. Did I touch this statue? I did. Hey, I need you to fix a gong.
Riordan's back, and with the Dalrita, no less. Bold move. Let's hope he knows what he's doing, or the keep's going to be in for one hell of a mess.
Why would you want to fix it? Do you even know what it is?
Take some advice from an old man. If there's a giant, ancient statue that somebody tried to turn to dust, they must have had a good reason for it.
Well, if you put it that way, then I suppose I have to tell you the truth. Otherwise, the terror from the sea will bite me in the ass while I bathe.
Of course I can fix it. I've been doing this kind of thing since I could swing a hammer. It's a skill we pass down from master to apprentice, generation to generation. Nothing fancy, just good old blacksmithing. Obviously, though, you'd have to bring me a couple things so that I can actually do it.
I was gonna say, I think I have everything.
How did you,
I was like, I found the gong.
I don't even want to know. Just give me a moment.
Here. That should do it. Do whatever you need to if you're really sure about this. But please try to come back alive.
Thanks.
I have nothing to tell you. I could try to talk you out of it, but I'm guessing that wouldn't work. Oi, friend. You went and made armor based on the Armor's Almanac, didn't you? I should have warned you. That's a terrible idea. Those books are the biggest load of crap I've ever come across. And I've talked to Hrolf when he's had a few too many.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Alar is a fanatical follower of that Shadowblade. He's read a couple of those books, and suddenly he thinks he knows my trade better than I do after 40 years in a forge. He even had the nerve to argue with me. Now, I told him I can hammer your face just as easily as this steel. Well, that shut him up quick. Arden Shitblade, you mean? Of course I don't respect him. That fool is ruining the reputation of every armorer out there. No one knows who he is or why his nonsense even gets published. But plenty of people would love to get their hands on him. I'd gladly get rid of him myself. Well, if you could find him, knock some sense into his empty head. And, cut off his hands, so he'd never write another book. I would cover you in gold. I've got no idea. Maybe Allah knows something. He's the biggest admirer of that charlatan I've ever met. He's been trying to share the wisdom of those books, but I chased him off and haven't seen him since. Oh, kid, for a favor like this, I'd be plenty generous. Trust me. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm supposed to find the guy writing the armorer books and kill him? Okay. How do I get up to you? I always forget. Oh, not out here. That Ferk. Oh, there it is.
Captain Brendan back? And with Dalriata? I suppose he has his reasons. Must be some strategy in it, right? Oh, right. The lamellar armor from the Armorer's Almanac. I remember. So how did it turn out?
It's shit. No, it's great.
I knew it. If you follow Arden's instructions closely, it's almost impossible to mess it up. I'd love to make my first armor, but I doubt Orsprit would even let me within 3 feet of the anvil. Depends. Why do you ask?
I want him to sign my copy.
Oh, that's my dream too. Would you take my copy of the first volume with you, just in case you meet Shadowblade? Because I know where to find him. The almanac isn't printed by Arden himself, but in Timberwall, based on his manuscripts. In the first editions, they accidentally included not only Arden's name and pen name, but also his place of residence. I paid a good sum to get a copy, but here it is.
Thanks.
No problem. I'll lend you this copy. But don't forget to get it signed.
Thanks, buddy. Okay. Next. Where am I going? Oh yeah, the gong, right? Yeah. Whoa. I'm fine. I'm fine. All right, so I gotta go out here and do this ritual. Oh, I just noticed that over there. Did I mark that? No, I didn't. Oh, I gotta swim around to this side. Oh, hi, big fish. That was a big fucking fish. Nani? Whoa. Wait. That wasn't it. Oh, okay.
Who dares disturb my peace? You made an oath never to summon me again. Excalibur. Wait. Is it really you? You, who come from a time beyond. Show yourself before me. It seems he speaks to me. Allow me to answer him. Welcome, old friend. I can see
Anytime somebody
that
ever
you
says
know
like
me,
old friend, they're not really your
but
friend.
I am a
Old
mere
friend.
shadow of my true self. I don't remember you, Lord of the Seas. Forgive me. That's what you told me, my friend. The next time we see each other, you will not remember me. But you are here now. The will and the power led you back to this place. Even in this incomplete form. Where should I look for myself? I wish to restore Avalon to its former glory, yet I don't know how. Avalon's fate has never rested upon one person alone, not even one as great as King Arthur. Yet here you are, trying again, restless and eager to take the responsibility again. I salute you, my friend. Tell me what I must do to be worthy to lead Avalon once more. I do not think I have the strength. Your path is true. Seek wholeness, and Avalon will reveal what it needs from you. And yes, you need to touch Excalibur. Thank you, my friend. And you, mortal.
Yeah, hi, I'm here too.
You have given yourself to the king's service. You are worthy of a place among the keepers of the South. Arthur, take out your sword and fear no failure. It is yours to take. It always was. I deem you worthy, my friend. The promise I gave thy mother is fulfilled.
journey's end. I trust you will make the right choice.
Okay, cool. Oh, it's now nighttime. Cool. All right. Before we continue, I'm gonna go grab a quick beer. I will be right back. Alrighty. Vic. We have beer. All right, so now what am I to do? I need to go get that sword, right? You go get that sword. We also got to do guess we go grab Excalibur. See if this is, oh my god, this is the dumbest bug. The getting out of the water takes forever. Okay, so what is it, this lake? Is that what we're saying? Saying it's like right there? Oh yeah, what do you know? Blood Oath. Deals 100% more damage if the enemy is below 15% max health. Interesting. What do I need for this? Nothing. Okay. All right, now what? And now I just go back, right? Clear that. Teleport here. Can I go back here? Oh, I can. Nothing back here though. Ugh. Touch thy sword. Whoa. Can you not? Or will it kill me? Whoa. So this isn't like a... You have to have enough health to hold it. Has granted me a blessing. Do I have to like hold the blessing? I guess I just I have to have enough health to do it. Fuck! Hey, a little bit more health than that. Guess just gotta wait for our health. Cause it wasn't like a thing for me to hold, I don't think. No. Okay. Just wait. Bro, I can't. What the fuck? How do you... How? I'm confused. Granted me a blessing that shall allow me to take a soul fragment. But it's killing me. Did I fuck it up somehow? I'm so confused. I'm actually kind of confused. What's going on? Because I was granted a blessing that should allow me to take the soul fragment, but I can't. Unless I'm like... Am I supposed to be up high or something? Yeah, that's not possible. What? Do I have to like activate that? Oh, I see. I got it. Cool, we're back here now. Hell yeah.
I am his will, the fire that bends the world to his command. I am the blade that shapes kings and shatters tyrants.
Whoa. Blood bubble.
Enough, Merlin. You can't keep throwing lives into this abyss. These experiments, they're destroying what remains of us.
Destroying us? They're what's keeping us alive. Do you think the Four Dwellers will stop for pity or mercy? Every soul we lose here saves 10 more on the battlefield. You told me to do this. You sanctioned this. And I'm close to getting it right. I know it.
No, we can't justify this. There's no victory worth such a cost.
You know full well, Arthur, that this isn't about victory. It's about survival. If we don't push these boundaries, there will be no future for your kingdom, for Avalon. You dream of peace, but without victory, there will be no peace to dream of. The path ahead is brutal, but if we relent now, we lose everything.
And yet we keep losing people and gaining nothing in return. We must change the path.
They volunteered for
They volunteered to save our kingdom, and you've gotten no closer to doing it. Their sacrifices cannot be in vain, Merlin. Find another way. Use your mind, your wisdom. Leave this slaughterhouse you've created behind.
a different way. That will take time, and resources we may not have. The enemy won't wait.
They will if I make them. Whatever it takes, I will buy you that time. Find me a weapon that wins this war without annihilating what we fight to protect.
Whatever it takes.
Yes. Let it be known that it was my decision, and I will bear the consequences of it.
Oh no, my king. People can never know. It was all my idea, and you knew nothing about it. All of us have our role to play. You are the leader, and they need to love you. If we win, you need to become more than a man. You need to become a symbol.
Batman! You got a new fragment of Arthur's soul, unlocking its hidden potential, open the menu, and explore the king's soul tree. What? Ooh. Why can I not? Oh, I have to be at a bonfire. Right. You're in there. You're in there, bud. All right, so that was 2 of the 3 pieces, 4 pieces. His helmet. His sword. His shield. Cool. We need to find his helmet and his shield.
Now, I remember. Before you judge me, it all seems so obvious now, doesn't it? The right thing to do. It wasn't back then, and you can trust me on that. We were on the brink of losing the war, and wars aren't won with wishful thinking. There was no clean path, no noble answer. Only the weight of reality pressing down on our necks. Something had to be done, or everything we fought for would have been in vain. And in the end, the ones who stepped forward, who chose to pay the price, made it possible. And their deaths gave Merlin the knowledge he needed to finish his work. To find something that could really turn the tide in our favor. Justified? No. Justification is for those who have the luxury of doubt. And I had a kingdom to save. They were brave men who volunteered their lives, just as they did every time we rode onto the battlefield. The difference was that if Merlin succeeded, one man's sacrifice could have saved us all, could have ended the war before more blood was spilled. If sacrificing a few meant the survival of all, then there was no choice at all. Maybe they never saw justice. Maybe their real stories were erased from history. Call it cruelty. Call it madness. But if I'd done nothing, there would be no Avalon left to argue over. But the kingdom still stands. The people live. And that has to mean something. I did. But this wasn't about pride. It wasn't about saving face. It was about survival. The truth about all this would have broken my people. I couldn't allow that.
I mean, you could have.
The king doesn't get to flinch. If that meant carrying the weight alone, so be it. I would make that choice again if I had to. I told him to stop the experiments on our men, but to keep going. And he did. He started experimenting on the Four Dwellers, the enemy. If their bodies could be broken down, their power turned against them, wasn't that their own doing? Wasn't that fair? So he figured out how to twist the Four Dwellers' power into something we could wield. I told him to conquer the weirdness. And in the end, he did. He found a way to make me stronger. Stronger than any man had the right to be. It wasn't just magic. It was something deeper, older. A force that reshaped me. And with it, we won. The war ended. Avalon was ours. The bloodshed stopped. The banners were raised. And the kingdom stood safe. That's the question, isn't it? I keep thinking about Seawall. He was ready to pay the ultimate price for what we were fighting for. And I thought he did. I grieved him. Told myself his sacrifice had meaning, that he had given his life for Avalon. And now, after all these years, finding him like this, I told myself I carried the weight of my choices. But seeing him, I wonder if I ever truly did.
Interesting.
You've got that look again, like you've seen something you wish you hadn't. Another piece of the king's soul reclaimed.
Oh, hey, you.
What did it show you this time?
Something about the weirdness.
The weirdness. The king thought it could save us. Merlin thought it could be controlled. Together, they were willing to tear the world apart to win. I was a prototype for Merlin's latest idea, immortality. Me and Seawall, the king's loyal pawns. Used and discarded when they found a better way. When they decided to go even deeper into their madness and turn our king into a monster. Fight back. Against who? Merlin? The king? You don't fight gods when you're just a pawn on their board. You endure. You wait. And when the time comes, you either break, or you're left to clean up their mess. That's what I do. What I've always done. Even if he didn't, he should have. He was desperate to win. And desperation doesn't leave room for conscience. Every scream, every scar. Even if he didn't see it, he allowed it. That's as good as approving it. Seawall was Merlin's first attempt. I was the last. We could say I was lucky. But to say that would take a truly macabre sense of humor, don't you think? The monsters, the weirdness, the chaos. All of it leads back to them. We're left in the ruins of their grand plans.
So is Merlin our Horus?
Ideals, fighting for what
in our Horus heresy?
It's time to bury all these fairy tales in a well-deserved grave.
Seems like it.
And that's what I do.
Or Magus?
Of course he'd say that. There's always a scapegoat and a convenient excuse for men like him. But it doesn't absolve him. Not when he was the one who unleashed this madness on all of us. He wanted victory, no matter the cost. And when you want something that badly, you stop looking too closely at what's being done in your name. And, after all, who said we were supposed to win this war? Who said we were supposed to survive? You've seen what they did, what he did. And that's not the end of the story. It's not the extent of their sins. Find the pieces of his soul. Put him back together, if that's what it takes. And then we, or I alone, if you decide to defy me, can end the cycle. Either way, we will get to his resurrection. I've seen it too many times to believe the cycle will be broken before it happens. But know this. Once he's whole, Arthur's power, his mistakes, and his madness will all return. And when that moment comes, I'll be there. Whether to stand with you or step over you. The choice is yours. Just remember that when that happens, and you stand by his side, there won't be room for both of you.
Not if I become king.
Start. You've already started. But if you want the next piece, head to Kunacht. The Menhir there is failing, the weirdness swallowing what's left of the village. You will need to find another artifact. The shield our king gave to Palamedes. He was one of the king's finest, a voice of reason amidst the madness. But it didn't save him or his legacy from what they had coming. Find the shield, and then, well, we will meet again. We'll see if your perspective changes.
Cool. Ow. Where to now? Oh, that's where we got to go up the ramp thing. Okay. I can just teleport up there, right? Wait. Is it not? Is it this way? I guess it's this way. Oh, okay, that's water, apparently. Oh, shit. I have no stamina. Oh, hi. How about we don't do that? See ya. Oh, fucking hell. Look at these little shitheads. Oh, not doing that. There's more of you. Oh! With the creepy red-eyed children. See ya. Whoa, you guys are way... What the hell? Okay. Bit of a jump. That was a bit of a jump. I just like run through these guys. You know? What if we just run through? Get to the nearest city. What the hell is that? Oh god. Poisoned. That's a lot of wolves. There's way more enemies here. What the hell? Yeah, okay. What the hell? I don't even know where I'm going. Okay, I just gotta follow the road. Follow the road. Corpse eaters. Hey. Left? Left. Dude, what the shit? Bridge? Camelot Deserter? Lou? Oh. That sucks. Oh, hey, look, the shield.
Don't even say that. Someone comes, lights them in here, and then dies on our watch? People would be at my door with pitchforks.
She's waking up. Welcome back to the land of the living, our hero.
Help her up, Ansem. Welcome to my home. Quite a scene unfolded at the Menhir, with you at the heart of it. I can't decide if I'm more delighted or surprised. What was it that made the Menhir react to you?
Wish I knew.
The local Menhir here have been rather lifeless for quite some time. Then you come along, breathe life into what was dead, and, whether you meant to or not, alter the course of our history. That's how I see it anyway. Tell me, do you know what this Menhir represents? Is that so? That would be quite the discovery. The people of Avalon still believe the legend that Merlin, under King Arthur's command, raised the Menhirs to protect us from the mist that spawns monsters. But none of this matters in our current situation. Here, the Menhir represents something more. For some, it's a symbol of freedom and independence. Strength, if you will. It shows that the people of Connacht, my subjects, can face any challenge, even at the world's end. And for others, like our guest from Camelot, whom I'm sure you've seen, it's a symbol of power. Power once granted by King Arthur, and therefore by Camelot. And power that has been granted can be taken away.
Yay.
Officially, they say they want to gather all the Menhirs scattered across Avalon, set them around Camelot, and bring people there to ensure their safety. That is, if they can figure out how to restore the power of the Menhirs. I don't think we know each other well enough to speak on unofficial terms. I'm well aware. And now we're also facing an outbreak of the Red Death, which will no doubt influence Camelot's decision on whether to offer my people shelter. But with the Menhir reignited, the people of Connacht will be even less willing to give up and go to Camelot. If anything, I expect rebellion to break out. And bloodshed is something neither we nor the capital want. I don't know, to be honest. It's not something I could admit publicly, but I feel both sides have a point. I understand the people who don't want to abandon their homeland, and I understand the knights, who must face a long-lost terror and find a solution to an impossible problem. Believe me, being a lord in times like these is a heavy burden. I want you to speak with Dinho and try to calm him down. He's the commander of Camelot's forces stationed in Connacht, and as you probably imagine, your presence here didn't exactly make his job easier. With the Menhir active again, everything could change. Calamity Shield, you say? An unusual request. That shield rests beneath the Menhir. And legend has it that it used to fuel its power for centuries. I don't mind if you look at it, touch it, whatever you need. Just don't take it. It's a treasured relic, and the people of Connacht are quite attached to it. And you're probably just as attached to your head, which you'll lose if we catch you trying to steal the shield. If you need anything, speak to Ansem. He's the one who decides what's worth my time.
All right, guys. I'm actually gonna call it early tonight. Not feeling too hot myself. So I guess this is technically Act 2 is what we're at now. Tomorrow night, hopefully I'm better and I can sit and actually like play out as much of this as possible. So we're not gonna really do any of the side stuff, seemingly that I can actually go back to the first area, and we'll see how far we can get. I know that Act 3 has some issues, I think, in that possibly some of it's like game breaking where you can't actually finish the game, but I don't even know if we'll get to Act 3 tomorrow. We'll try.
What is it?
And then next week is Shadowverse. Comes out on Tuesday, so that'll be our stream starting Tuesday. Is pretty much just anime card game bullshit, so I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, sorry to cut it early, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace out.